Today's video is going to be a fun one. I'm going to talk about my most profitable high-ticket dropshipping day ever. I'm going to break down the exact revenue, the exact Google ads, and the exact cost of goods sold and give you an idea of what the net profit was. To be clear, this day was definitely an outlier. The outliers can happen, but as the definition of the word outlier suggests, it's not an everyday occurrence. So just want to set expectations there, but just know this was the most profitable day ever that I've ever had in high-ticket dropshipping. As always, just a quick plug, my high-ticket dropshipping program, the link is in the description below, and I also now offer services where I will get you at least 3 US-based suppliers for your high-ticket dropshipping business, or I will build your website for you. So if you're interested, check out the links below. Anyway, let's talk about my most profitable day ever in high-ticket dropshipping. To be exact, this was May 12th of 2023. I had 2 orders come in that day. The first order was for $5,142.99, and the second order, which I think you'll be more interested in, was $22,518.80 for total revenue on that day of $27,661.79. Now, let's talk about the individual orders real quickly. That first order was a great order in and of itself. Any day that I get a $5,000 plus order, I am over the moon. It's a great day, and especially if the margins are good. But obviously the elephant in the room here is that $22,500 order. Where did it come from? What was the customer like? Did I talk with the customer? I'll explain that kind of briefly here. So the customer that ordered this was a gentleman down in South Florida, and this was a customer that had actually purchased from me before. He was still is, I would assume, a local contractor that installs these products. He had ordered from me before. He liked the service, he liked the products that he got. It turned out that he got a really big commercial project to work on, so he came to me for the products that I recommended on my store, and basically it turned into a $22,500 order. So he ended up paying with a card. There are some times with those types of orders, and this is the single biggest order I've ever gotten, where you'll kind of have to work it out with your customer, whether they pay with a card, whether they're able to pay with a check, or if they can wire the money to you. That's probably the least common, I would say. But if the customer is like a business, municipality, an HOA, oftentimes they'll want to be able to pay by check because quite simply their corporate cards or their business cards just have a spending limit that this order would exceed. So, but in this case, the guy was able to front $22,500 on his business credit card. So that's how he paid. The funds showed up in Shopify immediately, and 2 days later they were deposited into my bank account. So it was 2 days of kind of going back and forth with this guy as far as like what he wants, what does the customer want, what's a good price point, and I did give him a bit of a discount. So let's talk about expenses on the day. So Google ads that day were $539 total. Obviously, the $22,500 order came from that guy landing on my ads months prior. So the ads that day really had nothing to do with that day's revenue other than the $5,000 order. So Google ads, $539. And then the total between the 2 invoices for both orders came out to be $19,086.64 for total profit on the day of $8,036.15, which, not taking property taxes into account, basically pays for my mortgage for 4 months. So in other words, I worked for about an hour that day and made enough in net profit to pay our mortgage for 3 to 4 months. So again, a bit of an outlier day, but just to kind of give an idea of, if you end up with the right customer, if the right customer lands on your website, on your ad at the right time, and you carry what they're looking for, it can give you some pretty absurd orders. And in this case, that's exactly what this was, a $22,500 order. So yeah, that's pretty much it on there. Again, I think what this speaks to is not only the value of high ticket drop shipping, but also the value of ending up in a niche where you have the potential of B2B customers. Because again, $22,500 order. This guy had already ordered from me months prior. He had a good experience. He came back, and actually later in the year, he ordered again from the store. So that's it on that. I hope this was helpful. I hope this, kind of helps inspire people to see, like, no, this is not easy to get set up. No, it's not easy to find everything that works for you. But if you're kind of willing to stick with it and figure out what works for your own business over time, you can end up with days like this, and that's what makes it really rewarding. So if you have questions, if you're interested in my program or my services, shoot me an email, click on the links below, like and subscribe, all the good stuff. But until next time, that's it for this one. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Thanks.